Good evening. My name is Megan Wright, and I'm going to be talking about should it be illegal to own pit bulls. The hope for this is going to be that people will be persuaded to see pit bulls as nonviolent and that they would be more open to being in our society. Pit bulls have had a bad rap for a long time because they were the most frequent dogs used for dog fighting and like rat fighting. They used to have a thing where they would see which dog could kill the most rats at one time, and whichever one won. Pit bulls are actually a mixed breed. They are a mix between a bulldog and a terrier, and the pit in their name actually comes from them having to fight in pits. So their name is just because of what they were pretty much bred to do. So the breed of the dog is basically for fighting, but they're actually a very gentle dog. I think on the temperament scale, they have an 87.4% temperament out of 100. So that's really good. Like smaller breeds like Chihuahuas are pretty low, and it's more likely for a Chihuahua to bite a kid than a pit bull, because most larger dog breeds are less likely to bite than the smaller dog breeds. Okay, the first thing I wanted to talk about was the history of the pit bulls, and the information that I got my thing from was loveabull.org. And reputation of pit bulls. Well, reputation of pit bulls, they're very sweet dogs, but just because of their old reputation for being dog fighting, people are very scared of them. I know the apartment building that I lived in when I was I think I was like 19 at the time, in Malvern, they actually did not allow you to own a pit bull dog. They were very specific about the size of the dog you could have, and they were very specific about the breed. And the only breed that you were not allowed to own was a pit bull because of the bad reputation that they have. I actually have a lot of friends that own pit bulls. I have seen some from puppies grown into bigger dogs. They are not rough and they are not mean at all. They are very gentle dogs. They're very hyper, but they're not mean. I actually have a dog mix. She is a mixture between a black lab and a pit bull, and she is very hyper, but she is just a big baby. She's very gentle. She would never bite. The information that I got was from www.foundanimals.org. It's a whole website that talks to you about the reputation of pit bulls and what their true nature is. And if you wanted to look at the statistics of a dog breed, maybe you have a golden retriever or a coon dog you want to look at and see if their temperament, if you own children, you can go to https.atts.org/breed statistics, and it has a full page of almost every single dog breed except mixes, which would be mutts. The entire point of this would be to try to find a resolution to the problem of pit bulls being known as vicious and scary dogs. Because in media today, most pictures you see of big pit bulls that are very muscular, and they have the cut ears, that have spiked collars, that makes them look very mean and vicious, and they always have their teeth showing. And usually if you see a pit bull, they're always smiling and they're very gentle. They're very nurturing towards children, and they make very good pets with children. Reputation of pit bulls is just kind of sad, because I am a very avid dog rescuer. I have 2 rescue dogs, and I didn't know one of my dogs was a rescue. She was a pit bull. I didn't know she was whenever I got her, but the breed does not matter to me. I also have a mixed breed hound dog, so she's even more rambunctious than the other one. So you never know what you get. Breed does not always matter, because mutts are almost the best dogs you can own, and pit bulls are no different. So a resolution to this issue. They have a lot of animal shelters that need volunteers, and a lot of pit bulls do end up in animal shelters just because of their bad rap in, society. So if you ever were scared of pit bulls and you didn't want to go randomly see one on the street, you could always go to your local animal shelter. They usually will let you volunteer. You can pet the dogs, take them for walks, feed them, water them, clean up after them. You can kind of interact with the dogs and just see their real nature. Not every dog is going to be gentle. Not every pit bull is going to be gentle. That's just how they're raised. If you raise a dog to be mean, it's going to be mean. But breed does not matter. It actually says on here that dog breed and anger are actually not, they don't go hand in hand. It's really dog size and go hand in hand. So it does not matter what dog breed it is, the size actually matters more. So, and if you do get to interact with pit bulls and you think that they're amazing like I do, you can always adopt. Most people would rather have a purebred, and they like to buy from like Petco, or they like to buy from the American Kennel Club. But you can go to any animal shelter. There's many in every city with a bunch of homeless dogs, and usually they're not that expensive. They're usually under $100. They have a lot of their own shots. Most of them are fixed beforehand, so in the long run it is cheaper, and they are the most amazing dogs. If you wanted to learn some more about pit bulls, you could go to www.paws.org, and it actually tells you a whole library about the dog's behavior, and it also has animal shelters and actually the adoption process on a dog. Usually we'll tell you the fees, and you can go through the whole process and know what to do if you decide to get a pit bull. So hopefully with y'all reading this and listening to me, speak, hopefully your view on pit bulls have changed, and you might actually give them a chance, because the breed is, certain cities don't even allow them just because of how bad their reputation is. I know a lot of housing facilities, like apartment buildings, they do not allow them. Some cities don't allow them. But maybe if we could get the word out and not have them being evil, mean dogs, they would have a lot better reputation in the world, and they would be opened, welcome with open arms. So hopefully you learned something from this video, and thank you for your time. Have a great night.